Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm going to go over my over the road training, how that's been going, where I've been as well. So, um, I started my training actually lived about 2 weeks ago, and so we started in Ohio. I got picked up by my trainer who picked up a load in Pennsylvania. My company is based out of Ohio, so that's why I was over there. So he picks me up on Friday morning, and we go ahead and get all the paperwork that he needs, all the minor stuff that you guys don't really care about. And we hit the road at that point, and we drove through, went to Indiana, Missouri, and we ended up stopping at a casino on the border of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. Of course, we went to the casino and had a good time. It was also my first night sleeping in the truck. I did sleep in the top bunk, so that was very interesting. So, one thing to keep in mind if you are brand new to trucking and you do go over the road with the trainer, is that it's going to be pretty cramped. For one person, I feel like the truck is fine, and then with two people, it's just a lot going on. Very little space for two people. He has his stuff, I have my stuff. I'm basically living out of a duffel bag and a backpack, and it can be tough. I will say the least. I will say that, and so he has his bottom bunk. I have my top bunk. So first stop was in Oklahoma. We went there, and went to the casino, had a good time, slept in the truck that night, and then the next morning we went and we made it all the way to uh, Arizona. It was, I'll tell you what city it was. Made it to Holbrook, Arizona. And when I was driving, I was in New Mexico, and I noticed that there was an issue with the reefer as I was driving. And we all refrigerated units, and I'm looking in my mirror, and light's supposed to be green, and it was orange. So at the time, my instructor was sleeping. He was in the sleeper berth, sleeping. So I woke him up, let him know, hey, the reefer is not working. It's orange. So we pulled this out of the road, does something real quick. He fixes it, and I keep driving. And about 2 to 5 minutes later, it goes orange again. So at this point, we're trying to find a repair shop, and the nearest one was in Albuquerque. That I couldn't get there through about 3.5 hours after we got there, and we kept checking the temperature of the reefer. Everything was fine. So we were planning at that point on going down to Phoenix and getting it fixed. So we made it to a truck stop in Holbrook, and luckily there was a repair shop there that was able to work on the reefer unit, and they got everything fixed. So we did not have to go down to Phoenix because that would have taken us out of the way, and it would have added more time. And in trucking, time is money. If the wheels aren't turning, you're not earning. So thankfully, we got everything fixed. The unit was still operational. It was still at the proper temperature the entire time, so that's all you can really ask for. It's not like it shut off or anything like that. So the next day, or so after we got the unit fixed, we drove to um, southern Los Angeles. So it was in Orange County, California, more specifically. Um, and we stayed the night there. Then in the morning, we got the truck unloaded, dropped them some stuff there, and then we drove all the way north to San Jose, dropped off more items there. Actually, the rest of the truck. And once that was dropped off, we drove. We had to go back down towards Fresno, and we had 2 stops there. But before we did that, we stayed at a truck stop because our load wouldn't have been ready for the next day. So we spent over a full day, about a day and a half, at a truck stop. So what was nice at that time, I was able to get my laundry done. I was able to shower, and so it worked out. So it was about a day and a half we were there. Then we went to the next stop. We got there. They told us it would have been ready. So we waited for hours. And finally, we're like, hey, is it ready? No, it's not ready. So we went to what should have been our second stop. We go there, which is about 25 minutes away from where our original first stop was. So we go there, pick up the load there, go back to our first stop, and everything was ready then. We go there, pick it up, and then we drive to our third stop, which was near Santa Clarita, California, so north of about northwest of LA, is where our last pickup was. So we went there, we picked up our final load, and we were hauling oranges, so that was fun. We got some oranges that they let us have some leftovers. So we loaded up the truck, and then we started heading back out east, where our drop off was located near Cleveland, Ohio. So I was talking to my trainer about Las Vegas and how I wanted to go there because I really wanted to get an item, and I'm a huge sports fan. And last time I was there, I went to basically a sports memorabilia store at the Venetian, and I was late and they were closed, so I was never able to get that item. So we decided to head towards Vegas, and we get to I-70. We get to Vegas, park the truck at a truck stop, and we take an Uber down to the Strip. And so we had a good time. Went to some casinos. I bought the signed jersey that I wanted, so I was happy that they had it. And the good thing is I got it shipped home, so I did not have to have it in the truck and potentially get ruined. So we spent a couple hours in Vegas, had a blast, and then we went back to the truck stop. And the next day we drove, and we were trying to get so I-70. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but that goes through Utah, Colorado, and it can be pretty sketchy, especially in the wintertime. And so we were driving, made it through Utah, which was absolutely beautiful. The roads are absolutely amazing in Utah. Definitely way better than New Mexico. The roads in New Mexico are awful. So we made it to, we made it, got dark out. We were in the mountains of Colorado. And for me, it got a little sketchy. It's my first time driving a loaded, 53-foot trailer, and we're nearly 80,000 pounds. We're nearly fully loaded. So for me, I was nervous driving through the mountains at night. It's raining. It's getting cold. It's in, the mid to high 30s, almost at freezing point. And there are signs saying that chains are required at Vail Pass. So I'm shitting myself. And I keep driving, and I didn't quite get the Vail Pass that night. I called the night early, didn't want to keep driving. It was dark, it was wet, cold. I was nervous that potentially that the roads would freeze, and I didn't want to get to Vail Pass and then have to chain up the tires or have to stop. Whatever the situation was, I had no idea what was going on. In my head, I'm driving, and I'm in control of everything. So we stopped for the night. Obviously slept in the truck because that's what we've been doing every night. And the next morning, my trainer drove, and we got to Vail Pass. We still had to chain the tires up. There was snow on the ground, so very glad that I did not keep driving through the night. Then we got into northeastern Colorado, where I hopped in, I drove, and I was trying to make it to Walcott, Iowa, which is where the largest truck stop was. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough hours to make it over there. So I made it just past Davenport. And after that, my instructor took over. I slept, and we woke up in East Indiana. So at that point, we were about, I want to say, 2.5 hours from our drop off in Ohio, which is the next day. So we got late morning, early afternoon. We got to Indiana. I have no idea I was sleeping when we got there. So did some laundry there, took a shower, and then the next day we drove to drop off in Ohio. Then we dropped off all the oranges in Ohio, and it took a long time. We got there super early. Our drop off time was scheduled for 6 p.m. They did not touch us until about 8:30. They called us at 6 o'clock. Hey, your dock's ready. We pull up. They did not start unloading us until about 8:30. So it took a while. So that's a day wasted right there. And we went to our next pickup. We had a pickup in Ohio. We slept basically outside of where we picked it up. We picked up some cheese, and the next morning, and then we drove to Pennsylvania, a couple hours away, which our drop off was scheduled for the next morning at 10 a.m. So was it 10 a.m.? It was, sorry, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. was when we were scheduled, and we dropped it off, and one of the boxes was damaged. And at that point, my trainer lives in Pennsylvania, so he went home. He dropped me off at a hotel, and since then I've been in the hotel the last 2 days. Currently, it is April 20th of 2023, so we're going to be hitting the road again later today. I'm just filming this before I go to sleep, just trying to get out as much as possible because I won't be home for nearly a month. So I just want to get some updates, get some videos out there, and I'll continue to post when I can. I'm not sure if I'll have the opportunity to post from a hotel again, or the next time I'll be posting is going to be from my house, or where it'll be. But I'll try to get videos out as soon as I can. I might post some road trip videos just to kind of keep the page going, and yeah, so that way there's not really any dull moments. It's things are constantly getting posted, but training's been going pretty well. Been backing, which can be tough, especially if you're not really used to it. I am driving an automatic too, so which for me, I call it herky jerky. I don't have the best, not the best when it comes to backing an automatic. With manual, I work the clutch. I drive a manual car as well. So driving an automatic truck for me, it is nice when you are in traffic, especially when I was in LA. It was absolutely fantastic having an automatic truck, as well as being in the mountains and not having to downshift and all those things. It's just a lot more work. And obviously you don't want to, ride the brakes or anything in the truck, because if you lose air pressure, your spring brakes will engage, and then you're screwed. And also the other thing is you don't want your brakes to overheat. You don't want your brakes to fail, because that ends in either, injuries, crashes, or needing to use the off ramp or the runaway truck ramp. So I'll keep you guys updated as things come along. It's been pretty good experience trucking and doing training. It can be tough living with someone else in the truck with you. I just try to stay as positive as possible, and just know that once I get my own truck, things will be a little bit easier in terms of the living situation, because for two people, a truck's not very large. So plus sleeping on the top bunk's not always fun, and I try not to sleep in the passenger seat. The reason why is, they told us in trucking school that you don't want to sleep in the passenger seat because your body will get used to it. And the passenger seat is just like the driver's seat. So if you get used to falling asleep in the passenger seat, you could fall asleep behind the wheel. So if the truck is moving, I basically just grab my pillow and I just lay down in the bottom bunk. I don't sleep in the top bunk. I did once, and it was absolutely awful. I thought I was going to go flying off of the truck. You hit potholes, bad roads, brake hard, you name it. You just do not want to be in that situation where you go flying off the top bunk, possibly get a concussion, or possibly anything worse. So I will keep you guys updated. That was kind of my first leg, so to say, of the trip. Um, and I've had some time to get some rest at the hotel, which is nice. So I'll be well rested for the trip to come ahead. We're going to be doing the same trip where the original pickup's going to be in Pennsylvania, and we're going to be going down to California, Los Angeles, San Jose. Um, but I'm not sure what the pickup will be on the way back, if it's going to be the same thing or if it's going to be something else. We were planning originally on going to Denver, picking up a load there, going to Reno, Sacramento, down to San Diego, and some things changed, so we weren't able to do that. I will keep you guys posted as to how the rest of my training goes. Once I am on my own, I will probably set up a GoPro in my truck, maybe one or two, one in the truck, one on me. Get some cameras, some nice photos, some videos, and kind of describe, how it is in the day of a life trucker. But in the meantime, I'm going to be posting these training videos when I can and going over my experiences. So I appreciate it, you guys. I know this video was a little bit longer than you guys probably wanted, but I just want to thank you guys. If you have any questions, if you're interested in the company and looking, want to know what the pay is and things like that, or you're just, looking for a job, let me know. Feel free to reach out, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.